Why do your business credit scores even matter? Look, believe it or not, the quality of your business credit and your credit scores have a greater significance to your ability to get money at good terms than you ever may know. I mean, if you don't get this figured out, you're going to struggle to get approvals. You're going to struggle to get high approval amounts. You're going to pay really bad terms, which means you're going to have way higher payments than you should pay. We got to fix that. We can fix it with business credit. And in this training, I'm going to talk to you about why business credit really matters, what lenders are really looking at for your business credit reports and scores, and what you should do to be able to immediately turn the tables and start getting all the money at the best terms that you want to get at will. What I call funding on demand. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. All right, so here's the deal. You might not understand the importance of business credit reports and scores, and you're not alone. Statistically, over 90% of entrepreneurs know nothing about business credit. But here's what's shocking. Okay, you are 47% in the most recent survey on this topic more likely to get approved for financing if you understand your business credit scores. What? You're nearly 50% more likely to get approved by just knowing the information I'm going to teach you right now in this training. This is why business credit reports and scores matter so much. So why do they matter? There's two main factors I want to dive into. The first of which is called credit recommendation. You see, each of the major business credit reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian, tell the lender and credit issuer how much they recommend you actually be lent. This is called credit recommendation. It's one of the very main factors on any business credit report that a lender sees. So some business credit reports I see with Experian have a $1,000 credit limit recommendation, and others have over $700,000 of credit recommendation. So think about this from your standpoint. Which would you rather be? You're applying for a loan for 50 grand. Would you rather them pull your business credit report and see you're recommended for 700K or 1K? And whatever they see, do you see how it will determine how much you're actually approved for? Credit limit recommendation is a really big thing. And here's the great news. It's actually quite easy to control. There's two factors you need to know to control it. First of all, how many accounts do you have on your business credit reports? The more accounts you add to your business credit reports, the higher the recommendation of credit will be. And that is from me seeing like 100,000 plus credit reports in my life. More accounts you add, higher the recommendation of credit will be. Even if you're not paying your bills as agreed, the more accounts that you add, the higher that recommendation of credit will be. So it's very important that you continue to add as many accounts as you possibly can to your business credit reports, because that is going to tie in to the recommended credit that you get. The other factor here is you got to be using that credit. Okay, your business credit reports don't show your limits on the accounts. They show the recent amount of credit you've used. So if we want to start getting you more money, more approvals, higher approval amounts, then we need to show lenders you're using the money that you're actually getting. If you're given a $10,000 credit card and all of the accounts on your business credit report show you've only spent $100, nobody's going to give you a $50,000 credit line because you don't need 50 if you're only spending less than $100 a month. But if somebody gives me a $2,000 limit credit card and I use $1,800 and pay it back, and the next credit issuer sees I was given $2,000 and I'm using that $2,000, well, then they're more inclined to give me $5,000. And then I start using that. And the next credit issuer sees that, and then they give me a $10,000 limit. This is what keeps the limits that I'm getting higher and higher. And that's how the credit limit recommendation becomes larger and larger and larger and larger. And keep in mind, the larger the credit limit recommendation from the bureaus, the higher the approval amounts we're going to see on credit cards, loans, and credit lines as well. Now, the second factor here is our business credit scores. And the business credit scores are used to determine the length of term we will get and the interest rate that we will pay. Look, I owned a mortgage company, and I can tell you that mortgage rates are 100% linked to credit score. Like, we have a matrix. The matrix says, here's the credit score, here's the interest rate. I literally go down, I find your credit score, I go over, and I see what your interest rate is. Like, your interest rate is directly linked to your credit score. It's not much different in business. Like, your business credit scores determine the kind of terms you're actually going to get. And by terms, I mean two things. What is the interest you're going to pay? Okay, and how long is the term you're going to get? First loan I ever got, $75,000 for my business. My payment was over $9,000 a month. Second loan I ever got, $325,000, and my payment was $4,600 a month. What? I got $250,000 more in funding, and my payment was half as much. That's why term and interest matter so much. That second loan had a way longer term and a way lower interest rate, so I got a lot more money and cut my payments in half from when I first got my first loan. That's how big of a deal this is. And it's based on your business credit scores. Now, luckily, there's one main factor that controls your business credit scores. Don't get me wrong, okay? There's a lot of things that control all different types of your business credit scores. Go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/credit suite to get detailed training on how all of your credit scores work. But for the most part, your business credit scores are made up of one main factor: how you pay your bills. Do you pay your bills on time? Do you pay your bills early? Do you pay them late? And if so, how late do you pay your payments, right? The later you pay your payments, the lower your credit score is, the higher your risk, and the harder it is to get money at good terms with lenders. But if we pay our payments on time or early, that gets us good business credit scores. And those good business credit scores tell lenders, hey, I pay my bills on time. Credit issuers are giving me money. I'm using the money they're giving me. Look at my business credit reports. More and more approvals I'm getting. I'm using the credit that I'm actually getting, and I'm paying all my bills on time or early. Now you start becoming a business where the business can stand on its own and it doesn't need you as a guarantor. We start to get around personal guarantees. They're not required as much. We're starting to get around personal credit checks. Our business starts to get the ability to pay its bills and show it's paying its bills and stand on its own. And what this means is we get lower interest rates and longer terms. And this helps us borrow a lot more money and keep our payments low. So those are the two main factors you need to know about: credit limit recommendation, credit score. We can control these by adding accounts to our business credit reports, paying those accounts on time or early. And if we do those things, that's what's going to help us get what I call optimal capital, which is the most money at the best terms. It's where banks start to pursue us with pre-screened offers. We stop begging for money, right? We become the type of applicant a bank wants to actually lend money to. So if you want the step-by-step formula to build your business credit, you can get it 100% for free at creditsuite.com/EIN. That step-by-step guide has been downloaded over 1 million times. So I feel confident saying it's the most popular step-by-step guide in the business credit building industry at creditsuite.com/EIN. Did you get value from this training? If so, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for my next training. We'll talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.